Hello everyone. This week in reading, we're going to continue our investigation of character traits. It is really important as a reader to understand our character's personality, what they're like on the inside. Thinking about our character helps us understand what we read at a much deeper level. The author doesn't tell us what the character is like, so as a good reader, we use the clues, such as what the character might do, his actions, what he might say, the words, the thoughts he has, and the character's feelings. These all help us make a good inference, which is just a good guess, about what that character's personality is like. I'm going to model for you in a think aloud how I would find out about the character traits of Brian, the main character in this story, The Invisible Boy, by Trudy Ludwig. So I want to show you how I'm going to record my thinking on a trifold. A trifold is just a piece of paper folded into 3 parts with it meeting down the centre. Here's my trifold for Brian. Now, I've given him his title of the character that I'm investigating. I've written the book that I'm using, and I've drawn a picture of what Brian looks like on the outside. But we all know that character traits are what the person is like on the inside. And that's when I need to go and read the text and do some hard thinking about my character. So these are some questions that I will use to help me decide what sort of character Brian is. I think Brian shows that he was very patient. He didn't take up a lot of space. He didn't whinge and moan. He didn't have volume control problems like Nathan. He stood and waited and hoped that he would be picked. Brian was also an imaginative character. He was very creative. And the evidence that I've got for this is the fact that he loves to draw. And he drew fire-breathing dragons and greedy pirates. And then he was able to work with Justin and Emilio to make up a very creative story. Brian was also very thoughtful. If you remember back when the kids were teasing Justin about his belogie, Brian didn't laugh. He thought, what would be worse, being laughed at or being invisible? Then what did Brian do? He went and wrote a special letter to Justin saying that the food actually looked quite good. During this Think Aloud, I've been using these questions to help me decide on the character traits of Brian. You can practice doing the same thing with the characters in the books that you read. This Think Aloud will help you in the work that we're going to be doing for the rest of the week. Don't forget to read for 20 minutes today. See you next time.